To another episode of the Scarlet and Blue Show, episode 87. As we just wrapped up week 5 of this college football season. Lots to talk about today. Excited to dive into it.
Look out now. The sideline. Forget about it. This baby's over.
Oh, my goodness. One man. Goodbye. Hello, Heisman.
And most especially in 310 days in Ann Arbor, Michigan, on the football field.
Another block. One more. He's got it. Touchdown. No flag. Samuel cuts it back. Ohio State wins. Here's the run again. Donovan Edwards. Whoa. Can they catch him? No. Donovan Edwards again. The down.
Boom. All right, we got games to talk about, lots to talk about. So we're going to dive in. And before I forget, Stock to Bar, delicious vodka, smooth taste with a purpose. Remember, folks, every portion of bottles sold, a portion of it will go to the Boys and Girls Club. So always a good cause. Stock to Bar. Go get it today at stocktobar.com. All right, G. So we always start with Michigan. Let's dive in. Let's talk about the Buckeyes coming into the great state of Michigan. Unfortunately, the cesspool that is East Lansing. You were there.
Cooler place than Ann Arbor, but
that's just not true.
It's just much more fun. No, it's just much more fun. It really is just much more fun.
What, did you and Arlen get down last night? What's going on? What do you mean?
I just love. I've always loved East. I've always had more fun in East Lansing than Ann Arbor. When I wanted to go somewhere in college and go visit, I would go.
It takes 45 minutes to get there,
and it's just more fun.
Whatever. Was it a good time?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Got there around 4, a little bit of tailgating. Got to the game. We're right over the row 9, over the 45-yard line.
Oh, Arlen treated you right.
The dude. Oh no, wherever we go, we scalp those tickets.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we get guy. I'm not gonna say how much it was, but it wasn't too much.
Nice.
So, yeah.
What's the Ohio? Here's what I believe, and you tell me if I'm wrong. Ohio State fans don't care about Michigan State. Michigan State fans love Ohio State because
we love them.
I was gonna say Michigan State fans love Ohio State fans because there's been some years where you've beaten up on us, and they love that.
No, they love. No, we share a joined hatred.
Okay, that's fair to say.
I don't think it has nothing to do with that. We share a joint hatred. What are you talking about?
So then when you guys and I just think because it's been so uneven for so long. I mean, it's been almost 10 years since they beat you guys. So
you relate.
So I just don't. I don't know. It's just an interesting relationship. Like, you guys are opponents. You were division foes for a long time. I'm just asking.
I'm confused on what you're asking.
I don't know. I'm just trying to ask about the relationship between the two fan bases.
No, we have a shared hatred of you guys. We respect them. They respect us.
You don't respect them. Stop it.
I do.
No, you don't.
Because for a very long time, while you guys went to college football purgatory, they held their better end of the bargain with the best team in the state of Michigan for a long time.
Really?
Yeah. All right. Wait. I'm pretty sure what's D'Antonio's record against you guys?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
A lot of wins to a little bit of losses. So no, like there was a time frame, Bryce, where they were the best team in that state, in the state of Michigan for 5+ years.
That's not a long time. For maybe the fans that are young.
You guys think beating us for 3 years is a long time. So if that's the case, then 5 years for them is a long time.
Okay.
They got to the playoff before you did.
You're a little feisty today, Garrison. What's going on? It was a big win yesterday.
No, I'm just saying, like, they've been a respectable program. But no, man. I mean, I care about talking about the game. I don't care about any of that narrative stuff. So it was a fun game to go to. Aiden Childs played decent, I thought. Got to the third quarter before he threw that interception to Burke. But it was everything I expected. I thought that even I told someone on X, even if Aiden Childs comes in this game and doesn't throw an interception, that's not going to stop them from getting curb stomped. I thought that we played very well. Do I think it was the greatest of performances? No, but we won 38-7. I'm not gonna. We gave up 1.9 on the ground, and that was after they were able to get a couple successful runs in the first half. They got into our territory, but then they would punt right away, or we would stop them on a 4th and 1, or we forced to fumble. Like all their turnovers were not like someone fumbling the snap or anything like that. No, we knocked the ball out of their hands. We intercepted the ball from them, created the pressure on them, sacked him. So that was nice to see. Caleb Downs had a great game. I think he had 6 tackles, a TFL. He was just flying around the field. Defensive tackle depth looked really good. Cade McDonald looked really good yesterday. It looks like he almost looks like our second best defensive tackle behind Tyleik Williams. Hero Kanu got in the game. Nice to see him. I thought what happened is what I thought would happen, that we were going to pass the ball a little bit more. Will Howard looked okay through an interception. I wasn't too worried about that. It was a bad interception. Not sure what he was looking at.
Should have had 2.
Huh?
Should have had 2 picks.
Yeah, but he had 1.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Oh my goodness.
Because he had 1.
Oh my
Wait. Do you know how many quarterbacks you can say that for every week?
Well,
he had 1.
It was 3rd down on the goal line, and it hit number 43 right in the hands. I'm just saying that should have been a pick.
I was there. Yeah, it should have been picked.
Okay.
It wasn't picked, so he threw 1. No, I mean, he had a rushing touchdown also. So I mean, I thought he had a decent game. Jeremiah Smith, dude is just he's unreal. Not the greatest receiver out of ever at Ohio State, but just like pure talent. I think anyone would be fine saying he's the best talent-wise wide receiver we've ever had. Of course, if you're gonna be great, you got to add on some things to that. But those back-to-back catches, I mean, seeing that live was insane. Seeing that live was crazy, and I can't say what I can't say. I don't want to say on here what I said out in that stadium when he caught that first one, like jumping up between 2 guys. He went up with both hands, but the ball was a little bit to his right. Just put the one arm out and caught it and got face mask, brought it down. Like that was just impressive. Yeah, man. I don't know. Is everyone at home? I'm sorry. Like this is everything I've expected throughout the season so far. I think for the score, I said, was it like 43, 7 or 10? I didn't think they would score much on us. You said 17 points, I believe. I just couldn't see a world where Michigan State could get to that many points on us.
Like I said 17?
Was it you?
I don't think I made a prediction.
I don't think I'm thinking about somebody else. It might have been Mac.
I took Ohio State minus points.
No, I think it was Mac. And I said, but I just couldn't. I guess I think this is the best defense in the nation. Yeah, man. You
guys held Michigan State to 246 yards, 199 passing, and 47 on the ground. And yeah, there was a couple of big runs first drive, but then y'all buckled down.
Yeah, I mean, listen, anybody can get some good. Look, a lot of teams can get things going on the first drive of the game. It's all scripted, maybe even the second. But after that, what are you doing with your offense? That's when you show your worth. And
Howard averaged 2.3 yards a carry. Did he get sacked? Is that why that number's down? He didn't get sacked, did he?
Yeah, but he didn't run much.
6 carries.
Yeah, it's probably sack adjusted, and he had his runs were like 4 yards. A 4-yard touchdown run, 3-yard touchdown run. It wasn't like he. No, we weren't out there running him like that. It was probably sack adjusted.
Are you pleased with what you see out of him?
Huh?
Are you pleased with what you see out of Will Howard at the quarterback position?
Yes. I'm not like it's I mean he's playing better than he was at Kansas State. Throws the ball in the right places. Putting the ball in the air for his playmakers to make plays. On option reads. He's holding the defensive ends there, and it's allowing our running backs to get off also. And then when we ask him to run in the red zone, something we couldn't do last year, what does he do? He gets to the end zone. I think it's the second rushing touchdown of the season, or third. So yeah, man.
Okay. Yeah, he threw 21 for 31, 244, average just under 8 a pop.
Yeah,
so
I'm happy with him. like Will Howard is everything I thought he would be. Be a guy that I thought could control this offense. He's a guy that has seen a lot of football. He's seen. I would guess there's not many defenses he hasn't seen. And again, don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but with Ryan Day, Chip Kelly, and the offensive weapons he has, someone would be dumb to think that he couldn't play better at Ohio State. So,
yeah, I think he's got a lot of talent around him, and I thought he had one throw yesterday to Emeka Ibuka that he kind of dropped it in the bucket, and I was like, oh, okay, he can do that.
Not kinda, he did it.
All right, relax.
That was a great pass.
Yeah, it was. But other times, I think he, I don't know, didn't overly impress me. But
okay,
it's Michigan State.
What would overly impress you?
I just think more throws like that. I thought some of the decision making early on, like again, he should have had 2 picks.
Why should he have more throws like that? Guys are running wide open. You're not going to get a lot of those like that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he played. I'm just offering my commentary to be a little bit critical.
I think you're taking this negatively.
Don't turn it on me.
No, I'm someone just asking
I just think I think there's more to still see, and he's playing he's playing the best he could in the competition that he's going up against. Right, he's not asked to do any more. A lot of open receivers. You guys got obviously great receivers, and so I'm just saying, you've got Iowa next week, right? Is it Iowa?
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited to watch him against that defense because I thought he played. I saw more this week. Like I said, he made that throw, and I was like, "Oh, okay." I didn't realize he could make that throw. Dropped it in the bucket. Be interesting to see more. That's
his first time this season.
Well, against actual competition.
Doesn't matter. The reason I don't want to hear that out of Michigan fans is the same reason I said this to Will. The same comment that Desmond Howard made last week. All last year, you gave credit to your team in the way they played in those games, minus the Bowling Green game. But you said, hey, we already know what JJ McCarthy is. He's this, he's that. No matter what you saw in those games, hey, it is what it is. I just want you to keep the same energy and keep it consistent.
Well, no, when he played against bad teams, you guys were like it's bad teams. But then when he had 3 picks against Bowling Green, he goes, "Oh, he's terrible."
Well, by the way,
a little bit different.
Actually, no, but I came on here and said you will never see JJ McCarthy have a game like that.
You didn't say that. I do remember you saying that.
So I mean, all I'm saying is this: Will Howard had more? I guess you can say more. No, not. I guess you could say he had played more than JJ McCarthy did coming into the 2023 season. Won his conference like JJ McCarthy had that season. Coming into this season with knowing that the players he's around, I don't see why you have to see more out of Will Howard. I'm not sitting here saying that he's got to be Justin Fields, C.J. Stroud, Dwayne Haskins. I'm not saying he has to be any of that. But right now, the guy is throwing 68% north of it, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, averaging 10 per pass, 173 on rating. Where's his rushing stats right now? I mean, yeah, he ran the ball 4 times against Akron, once against Western, 3 times against Marshall, and 6 times against Michigan State. We're not asking him to run the ball.
That's a big part of it. Like I said, you're not asking him to do much. I want to see what more he can do.
We wouldn't ask any quarterback to do much in this game.
Okay, all right.
That's my problem. That's my problem.
I'm not trying to criticize him. I'm just saying.
How much? Wait, my question is this: I've asked you what specifics do you need to see out of him?
I'd like to see more consistency throwing the ball, and I'd like to see against better competition. And I'm not saying he's not going to be able to do it. That's what I'm saying. That's all I want to see. And then is he going to be required to run the ball more?
I know, but I guess I know what you're saying, Bryce. Again, I'm not coming at you. I'm simply
Okay.
saying last year you never said this about JJ McCarthy in those first 3 games. You never said this about him.
What never said what? That I want to see more of him?
That you needed to see more out of him. You never said that.
I'd have
And
to
you
go
only
back.
had
I feel
one.
like I would have,
And
but
you all you only had 1 year of JJ McCarthy starting as a quarterback, and then coming into the next year when you had a weak schedule like we do this year in the first 3 games, you never said I have to see more out of JJ McCarthy. You never said that.
yeah, yes, I did.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you did. Bryce, I know for a fact that you didn't. So
You know why I would have said that? Because he never played the
reason I
fourth
know that is
quarter.
because in the Bowling Green game, you tried to shoot him bail for 2 of those 3 interceptions. You tried to shoot him bail. So
Yeah.
on one
No.
on the
I don't think
pass
you're right
that he
about
rolled
this.
to his left, and he should have thrown it out of bounds. He tried to make a play, throw it inside. You try to shoot him bail. And I tried not.
Try to
I
what?
didn't let
Shoot
you.
him bail?
Shoot him bail. You try to give him bail on the play, act like it wasn't his fault. So I like I said,
No, the third one that you're talking about where he rolled to his left. I said that was his fault. I said I shouldn't have thrown that. 100% would have said
my
that.
overall point is that last year in the first 3 games, you never said you need to see more.
I don't think that's true.
And if the only thing you're saying is I need to see him play better competition, then you mean that for the whole team.
Yeah, that's what everyone's saying. That's why you guys are not number 1
last year.
What are you talking about?
Last year you wanted
No. I'm not. No.
You wanted me to take Michigan.
You're all of a sudden saying. You're all of a sudden saying that I didn't say that Michigan needs to play better opponents to prove how good they are. No, I absolutely would have said that. And I would have said that I need to see more of JJ being able to pass the ball in such a running attack. I 100% would have said that. I also would have said this. The reason I know this is because I would have said, oh, he doesn't play in the fourth quarter. I want to see more from him. I want to see more of what he can do. He's not asked to do anything. So I 100% would have said that.
Would have.
Unless you got clips. Unless you
saying
because you don't know. You don't know. You don't remember in the same way. I don't remember. Unless no, it's not. Trap. Garrison is not a steel trap. You know ball is not a steel trap.
Why are you so defensive right now? All I'm saying is
last year. Well, yeah, I'm defensive because you criticize what I was saying about my quarterback. So yes, I'm going to be defensive about it.
Look how I'm acting. Look how you're acting right now. I
came on here happy. I tried to ask you about the game. And you got very sassy on this Sunday.
What? All right. How about this?
I'm just telling you, I just want to see more out of Will Howard. That's all. And it's not a knock on him. I'm just saying I want to see more. I'm excited to see him do more against better competition. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But what if all right, so how about this? What if we go up against Iowa?
Put your mic up. I can't hear you.
All right. What if we go up against Iowa and we blow up the doors off and we don't need him to do much? Are you going to keep saying the same thing?
Well, again, it depends on how you. It depends on how you score. If the defense destroys their offense and puts up like 2 touchdowns, it's like we talked about before. And like I said,
specifically about
your mic's got to go up. I can't hear you.
You can hear me.
If we go out there, we beat them 40.
If we go out there and beat them 40-15,
Garrison, the audio is bad. Put the mic up.
Will Howard goes 15 for 20.
I don't know why he's not doing that.
Has like 10 rushing yards, and then he has let's say I said 15 for 20, has 220 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. But he wasn't really needed to do anything. He's throwing slants, and the guys are running to the end zone. It's the same thing you've been seeing the last few weeks, even what you saw last week. Would you still say you need to see more, even though you saw him play against a better defense and the team played a better defense?
Yeah, I would like to see more. Yeah.
Good grief. Okay.
I don't understand why. I don't understand why that bothers you with me saying that.
Because
I feel like that's a good thing.
No, because I think that he's in a situation, bro, where like we could go against Iowa. We could go against Oregon. And if we went against those teams like them, and even in those games, he still didn't have to do much. And you kept saying, no, I need to see more. Well, bro, we're playing the best teams we on our schedule, and he's still not having to do much. What do you need to see? Why can't you just take it for face value? So that's all I was asking.
Yeah, but hold on. You can say this. I can flip this same thing on you to say last year. You said the exact same thing last year.
So I want to know more about his mechanics.
That's fair.
Do you think his throwing motion could be better? Do you think his the way he reads the defense could be better? Instead of just saying to me, he hasn't played any good competition.
That's not what I said.
I think even I think was it Josh Pate. I think it was Josh Pate that even said like that whole argument about who you play, it's pointless because for some of these teams because we know who they are.
I don't understand what the thing here is. All I said was you guys haven't really played anybody. He has talent all around him every which way to Sunday. Yeah. 2s and 3s are better than the 2s and 3s you're ever going to see. Like that's how good you guys are this year. Mm-hmm. All things I've said, right? I've said how good you guys are.
Your tone's really high right now. I'm simply asking.
No, let me finish. I said all that talent around him. I want to see him play good competition and want to see how he does. And I think there's more to see. That's all I'm saying. So I think there's more to see.
Mechanics or his throwing motion that you want to see better out in. Like what more do you want to see better?
No turnovers, more consistency. Like I said, that pass to Emeka yesterday, that was nice. That was awesome.
Okay, but when you say more consistency, you don't always like Bryce Hall.
Garrison, he's the best quarterback I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, that's not.
He's better than CJ.
No, it's not. Okay,
is he better than JT Barrett?
Like I don't know, but what I'm trying to say.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know. That's what I want to see. We don't know. He could be. He might not be. He could be in New York for the Heisman Trophy at the end of the year with how he's playing. We'll see. Okay, I'm saying I just want to see more. That's all.
All right. And so
is that fair?
Based on what you've seen out of him. because I keep asking you about his mechanics, his throwing motion, footwork. What about him as a quarterback? Do you need to
I want his hair to be better under his helmet.
Because every year this could be the same. This could be the same game for every team for a lot of people about who they play in the first 3 games in the season or 2 games in the season, whatever. Eventually, like it's tiring and it's pointless.
I know it's bothering you. I feel like I'm not saying anything too bad. I feel like this is a fair thing to say.
I'm not even upset. I'm simply saying to you, or asking you, what? Don't give me something that's so like him saying that he needs to play better competition doesn't mean much to me because it's.
We're going in circles. I already told you if you don't, that's fine.
What about him as a quarterback? And don't say consistency because every time you say consistency, you bring up that one pass to Emeka. He doesn't. Nobody has to throw that pass 5 times every game.
CJ Stroud could throw that pass 5 times a game.
I said no one has to.
Sometimes he had to. Sometimes you needed him to.
Bro, I'm not putting him in the same league as CJ. I'm not going to have that conversation. That's not fair to do to him.
I said my piece. I don't know. I feel like I was kind of complimenting him, but you didn't seem to accept that.
You're missing my question. I think that's okay. That's okay.
What's your question, Garrison?
No, dude. I said, what about him as a quarterback specifically? Instead of saying you want to see him do things more consistently against better teams.
I want to see how he performs when he's asked to do something in the pressure moment. That's all. We haven't seen that yet, and that's not his fault. That's not Ohio State's fault. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't think that's a crazy thing to ask.
No, I think that's different.
I feel like that's what you guys asked JJ for last year all the time. So
yeah, he still didn't have
spun back on you.
He still didn't have to.
Yeah, he did.
Maybe once or twice last season.
What are you talking about?
All right.
The final drive against Alabama.
That was
Ohio State. He had to come and deliver.
What are you talking about?
Okay. All right. Hey, I liked Blake Corum. Yeah. JJ threw 3 touchdowns that game, but yeah, Blake Corum. And I love Blake. Don't make me say anything bad about Blake.
Either way, man. I say either way. I'm calling on again because you're being wild right now. Either way, bro. Either way, I'm very happy about this win. Either way, I'm very happy about this win.
If that's wild take.
We didn't play with our food. I'm very happy that while teams like Georgia and Texas, like they did against Kentucky and what Texas did this past weekend, go out and play with their food, and how Ole Miss went and lost to them, we haven't done that. Everyone that's on our schedule, we have put in belt to ass. That's what we've been doing. And I'm very excited. It's not a curse word. It's literally literally a donkey. It's an animal.
Uh-huh. I think Travion Henderson is running at a different level this year.
I said that last week.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it didn't feel good, did it?
No, I don't know. What do you want me to comment on anything, or what do you think?
I just don't like how you.
You don't like a just honest, objective
No,
Bryce.
I don't.
That's what you don't like.
I
You don't like that
how
I'm doing
you-
exactly what you guys did
I
last
don't
year.
like no. I
And to
just
the
don't
point
like,
about Desmond Howard's comments about the schedule, here's the reality of the whole situation is that Ohio State fans made fun of Michigan fans. The irony is that Michigan fans can do it this year. They're all babies. Everyone's losers in that.
No,
That's funny. It's funny. It's objectively funny.
What I said, well, because this is our show. What I said about that comment was that what he said was true. The thing that makes it disingenuous is that all last year he did not say that for his own team. He didn't say that. He never said that he needs to see more.
Totally.
So yeah, it can be true. It can be true. He's also very disingenuous.
Yep, and fans did that, and if the roles were reversed, fans do the exact. It's the whole thing. It's college football fans being big babies, and I love it.
The difference for us is that we were actually playing like the Oklahomas of the world. At least we put Notre Dame on the schedule. I mean, we at least did stuff like that. But again, like I said, I'm very happy about my team. We haven't played with our food like some of you others have, like you guys do, like you just did this Saturday. We don't play with our food.
You seem happy.
I'm very, Bryce. I just don't like how much bail you shoot Orgy, but then you have to see more. Like you said you've had to see more.
What are you talking about? How many starts has Alex Orgy had? How many starts has Will Howard had?
Oh, I don't. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter, Bryce, because when I brought up how many starts JJ McCarthy had compared to how many starts that Will Howard had, and how you said that you need to see more out of Will Howard than you need to see out of JJ McCarthy after 1 year.
I know you're putting words in my mouth. No way I said that. No way. I'm not allowing you to get away with that. Heresy.
Everyone at home, you can just rewind this some minutes. But how do you feel about your team? I'm ready.
Yeah, I never said that about JJ last year. The beautiful thing is this is all on the internet. So if you want to go back and look, you can.
It's all on wax. And I'm not talking about what you said last year, Bryce. I said
that's what you just said about JJ last year.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying that you've said that you need to see more out of Will Howard, who had more football under his belt before he came to Ohio State than you ever said you need to see out of JJ McCarthy after one season of starting. That's what I'm saying. You have had more questions for Will Howard after 2-3 years of starting, 2.5 to 3 years of starting, than you needed more questions answered out of JJ McCarthy after 1 year of starting. That's fact.
What are you talking about? We've been talking about JJ.
How you acted towards JJ.
We've been talking about Will Howard for like 3 weeks.
All right.
It's been 3 weeks. What are you talking about?
No,
we talked about JJ every single game last year.
Okay. Well, you tell me about your team and how you guys played, and while you do that, I will be on my phone on YouTube going back to our early episodes about JJ McCarthy, and then I will play it on here for you.
Oh, okay. You're gonna go through all. I mean, we're at 78 episodes.
I can easily just put to the earliest. It's easy. But how do you feel about your team and how they gave it 21 points in the fourth quarter, almost lost?
Well, I have one other question for you in Ohio State.
Yeah, what's up?
How do you feel about the field now? Because this is your year. You guys have to win it this year. The talent on this roster is everything I mentioned. Everything I mentioned before.
The contenders.
Everything I mentioned before is that you guys are really, really good this year. This is the year you have to do it. Now the rest of the field, we saw Georgia. By halftime, we all thought Georgia was dead. They came back. They looked good last night in a tough environment. How do you feel about the field now?
I mean,
now that we're 5 weeks in.
Last week I said there were 6 teams I thought could beat us. Now I think that about 4.
Ohio, Alabama, Texas. Who else? You still feel the way about Georgia?
No. Well, yeah. I mean, it's still Georgia. It'd be them and Tennessee.
Wow. Okay. Tennessee.
So 4 SEC teams.
All right.
I think the rest of you guys are deer meat. Especially what you guys got going on in Ann Arbor.
Oh, yeah. A lot of weeks, brother. A lot of weeks.
Yeah,
all right.
We'll talk about this week.
We shall. So, let's see. Pull up notes here. All right. So, going into the game, to the Little Brown Jug, going into this game, I wanted to see more throwing. I wanted to see more creativity to get Alex Orji rolling a little bit. And I thought we saw that in the first half. I thought we saw enough to where we could see him get a little bit of momentum. Hit Loveland a couple times, which is clear it's definitely his security blanket. I think if his first read is Colston, I don't know where he goes. Does he go right to running it, or does he even go to a second read? I thought it looked like he maybe went to 2 reads a couple times yesterday. Other times
he did on one pass to Loveland.
Yeah, and I thought yesterday too. There's times where he started to get into the groove, and he had that one roll out to the right, hit Kendrick Bell, and Bell dropped it.
It was a little behind him, but he should have caught it.
Catchable ball. One I think Bell would want back. I thought Morris. I was glad to see him get the end zone because with the trouble we've had with receivers, he's our best one. We need to get him going. So at least we got him in the end zone. And then,
Can I ask you a question?
Last thought is they set up Orji a few times early. So they ran a few like split zone bluffs and that movement was good to see because it stalled the defenders and it let receivers get open. And that's the type of play calling that I didn't think we saw against USC that I wanted to see more of this week against an inferior opponent. And it was there. And there were some balls that Orji just missed, didn't even see. There was the first drive of the game. He was rolling to his right, ran with it. Wide receiver wide open down the field. You and I could have thrown it, and he would have scored a touchdown. So you just got to see that confidence, and that was tough. And then you get up 24-3 with 4 minutes to go in the third, and he throws that pick. 2 open receivers, and he threw the pick. And that seemed to just throw the whole game on its head. What were you going to ask?
You said Morris, our best receiver. How do you know he's your best receiver?
I think skill-wise. I think the intangibles. I think the size, the speed. I don't know how his hands are because we haven't seen much of it this year. But the small sample size he did play last year, kind of buried down the depth chart. Yeah, I thought he has potential. I mean, who would be better?
I don't know. I think it's a room full of trash. But I mean, compared to their counterparts around the nation.
Yeah, like I don't think Samaj is better. Right?
Your top 2 league receivers are tight ends. Yeah,
well, Loveland's number 1, so I'm talking about wide receivers, not just receivers.
No, but I say your top 2 like leaders in receiving are tight ends. So, I mean, what Samaj has.
Wait, was your question? Do I think Morris is the top receiving target, or what was your question?
Best receiver, because I mean, Samaj
okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Samaj Morgan still leads you. I'm talking about just in terms of who gets the ball. Also, I mean, Samaj Morgan is your number 1 receiver right now with 13 catches, and 65 yards.
And Morris was out a couple games; he didn't play, and then those targets are a lot of screen passes to Samaj, so those numbers get a bit inflated. But yeah, man, I think there was a lot. So then, that pick happens. And the wheels seem to fall off a bit. I thought defense played really well. We were out Will Johnson, out Josiah Stewart, but it's Minnesota, right? We're not playing Texas. And there were just some. I thought Minnesota's quarterback played all right. Receivers played all right. We went in man. Joel Klatt talked about it a lot on the broadcast. Went in man a lot in moments where it's like, would you do that? And I trust Wink more than myself, so I don't know. But yeah, it was a tough game. Frustrating towards the end. The stats that really need to be talked about right now is where did it go? I just had it. Hold on. Stand by. All right. Arkansas State, 21-3 at half, finishes 28-18. USC, 14-3 at half, finishes 27-24. Minnesota, 21-3, should have been 21-0 at half, finishes 27-24.
Well, I should have been 21-0.
Because that ball, that catch on the 1 yard line should have been reviewed, and then Michigan, they subbed in, so Michigan should have had a chance to sub out.
Wait. Just because it should have been reviewed doesn't mean it wasn't a catch. That was a catch.
That's not
All right, Bryce.
the ball hit the ground.
Bryce, the ball can hit the ground if you have possession. That's literally in the rule. The ball it can't assist in you catching the ball. That didn't assist in him catching that ball.
I don't know about that.
Well, no, I think most of the nation does.
I don't think they do.
Yeah, but you do.
I don't think most do agree. I think if you go back and watch replay, but
Bryce, the ball the ball can hit the ground if you have possession.
Yeah, but Garrison, it moved.
But what? There's no button
It moved. It moved.
It can move like the Bryce. That's all in the rule. It can move. It just can't assist you. It can't assist you.
The ball cannot bounce off the ground. The ball cannot get up. The ball cannot move because it touches the ground.
Bryce, that's not true. The ball can't.
That is true.
Dude, no, look at the rule, Bryce. It's not the rule.
You go look at the rule. And they subbed on the field. Should have allowed Michigan time to sub. So that's fine. Misplays. Obviously, Minnesota fans can come back and say that wasn't offsides on the onside kick.
It wasn't.
But then also you want to talk about the rules? I don't think you make that call. I think it was too close to make that call in that moment.
Do you think it was offsides?
The angle from the closest angle they had to the 40, it looked like his head was. But you don't make that call in that moment. That's stupid. Unless it's like flagrantly offside, like it's obvious, you don't make that call.
And where Minnesota would have got that ball, that would have
been in trouble.
It takes a lot of gall to make that call, man. I don't.
It does, but then also you want to talk about rules. You can't engage with blockers before the ball crosses. They did, and number 0 touched the ball before it went 10 yards.
The reason I don't like that rule because I don't know if he actually touched it. I know what photo you're talking about. I don't think it actually got touched.
It did.
How am I not supposed? Like I'm running full speed straight ahead, and there's a guy standing right in front of me trying. How am I going to avoid him? I don't like that rule. So and I think that's why they didn't call it because there were players from Michigan just standing there. So I thought that was good.
Well, you might not like it, but those are the rules.
My problem is I don't want to talk about like the ifs. What happened was that like if the ball touched them and they called that, if they called the touching they got the blocker before the ball or before the ball goes 10 yards. What happened was they made a horrible call on that play, and I don't get how you make that call.
What are you saying? I agree.
I think
it's a bad call.
I think that took away the rest. I mean that you should.
Yeah, but there are two other things you could have called on that play.
I know.
I want to get into it.
Those are ifs, and I don't want to talk about.
So is an if the offsides isn't called. It's all an if.
It
happened.
No, this isn't it. What I made wasn't an if statement. I said they shouldn't have made that call. It's ticky tacky. And it's too close to make that call. And at a time like that, you don't make that call, especially if you know it or not. It's kind of like the same as the that touchdown in the Virginia Tech game against Miami. There's nothing Well, you can't review the onside, but there was nothing conclusive enough to reverse it one way or the other. I think while you're watching that as an official, unless you know for sure, like it's without, like no one can argue it. You don't make that. You don't make calls like that. I'm just not for that. It would be the same if I saw somebody playing a receiver and a corner, kind of like how we saw the South Christian Forest Hills Central game. If they're like tapping each other and hit each other on the hands, being physical all the way down the field from both sides, you don't make that call. It's just too close. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, the problem with that is that the likelihood of that call opportunity happening is much more common throughout a game. Because if you want, you're right. I agree. If you could call pass interference on a lot more plays than they probably do, and the bigger kind of moral of the story there is just being consistent on that call. So if all game you're going to call it tight, then make sure you call it tight all game. Or if all game you're going to call it loose. Whereas a call like this, it happens once a game, and so you can't really that consistency, right? So, that doesn't bother me because if I agree. You don't make that call in that moment. I think that's a cheap call. Unless from his angle it was clear, which surprising that there's no like video shot of the line. That seems weird to me.
I'm not saying that's the reason why you guys won, by the way. I'm not coming on here and saying that, but it was just ballsy call to make at that moment in the game.
It is. And as much flack as PJ Fleck gets, Flack. I thought he handled himself so well on the press conference. I don't expect you to listen to it, but he came on afterwards, and that dude is a professional. And because I would have been pissed, like many Minnesota fans should have been. So,
what do you think about your secondary and the way you guys played when Minnesota sped the tempo up on you?
Yeah, there's things we got to adjust to, man. It was frustrating to have the success that they did. So the fourth when they scored, it was like a 4th and 15 conversion. It was when Mason Graham got the hands of the face penalty. You could have got the field goal there, and that game could have gone very differently. And so, but I think to your point, right, the reality is that still happened, and there are some things you got to clean up in the secondary. Again, I think it's just like making adjustments. It seems like Minnesota speeding up in the second half seemed to throw us off, and that's never a good sign. But Will Johnson's out. Makari Page ended up going down. I thought Brandon Hillman played all right.
Makari Page was playing like trash before he went down.
He's best on run coverage, on run support, and he's had a tough year in the secondary defending the pass. So that's frustrating. There's things you got to work out there, but Zeke Berry played all right. You got beat a few times on man coverage, but you're kind of left on an island there. I thought
Jair Hill had another good week.
Yeah, Jair Hill played really well. See, like I don't think do you think his was a pick? Did you watch that?
No, that wasn't. No.
Yeah, because I guess by the rules, I don't understand that why you can toe tap going the other way, but you can't toe tap going backwards.
Yeah.
So here's at the end of the day, man, like disappointing win. That's not a win that you brag about. That's not a win that you're overly excited about, but it is a win. I saw good things, especially the offense. Like I think the defense is going to be fine. Defense is awesome. Got something he's got to clean up, but the offense, I saw progress. But dude, we got to go to Washington next week.
What progress did you see?
Alex Orji threw for 87 yards. Last week he threw for 32.
That's such a low bar, dude.
Yes, Garrison. Yes, it is. I don't think Alex Orji is JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be JJ McCarthy. Like I was all right. I'll tell you why.
He can't throw the football.
Well, it's funny because like so I was talking to a friend of ours and they brought up how they said this is what they said. It pisses them off that all these schools have serviceable quarterbacks and we don't have one. Like the fact that Minnesota has a serviceable quarterback and you don't have one.
It's mind-boggling.
It's like
it makes you wonder what they thought of Jack Tuttle and him getting hurt. I don't know what that happened there, but he didn't even have his helmet on, so he wasn't even second. So that means Davis Warren was second.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good, Garrison.
Donovan.
He played all right. Cole just played better. Let's pull this.
Dude, you do understand that Khalil Mullins wasn't your guys' running back. You would be 2-3.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ifs and buts, though. What'd you say? Ifs and buts?
No, you're right. You're right. But that's a scary if.
Yeah.
Like, just knowing that. I mean, I tweeted this out. The biggest problem with your offense is that you will never have the other team will never be out of the game. Never.
Especially when we just go to sleep.
Can drop 21 points on you like that through the air, as bad as they are, that means anybody can. And that Indiana game, and that Illinois game, that Michigan State game, it all gets thrown in there now. There was a few people I asked. on X if Michigan State could beat them. I got laughed out the room for saying that. And then last night I asked, or the night before, is Indiana better than Michigan? I asked that question. And to my surprise, there were Michigan fans on there that said, yeah. To my surprise. And I want to just shout out to all you Michigan fans that didn't go on there and get pissed off about me asking that question. I know, Bryce, I'm guessing you weren't able to see my my Big Ten rankings, my power rankings.
Oh boy, no.
Here, one second, I'll pull it while you get to what you're doing.
Well, can you share your? I don't know if you can share.
Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen. But do you have any other thoughts?
Are you able? Okay, I don't know if are you able to do that on here?
I can do that. I'm just pulling it up right now.
All right, cool.
Give me 1 second. Any more thoughts?
No, I mean, yeah. We got Washington, Illinois, Michigan State. Those are the next 3 games, and are those gonna be as easy as we thought at the beginning of the season? Evidently not. So, but we get Michigan State at home, and Illinois is going to be interesting. So I love our defense, and if our offense can keep progressing, I think we'll be in good shape. But there's also that's one side. The other side is not that. The other side is the offense stays where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right. Yeah, I'm with you.
Did you pull it up?
Yep, he's right here. Let me share this with you. Give me a second here. Boop, boop. All right. So here we go, right here, Bryce. You can see it, can't you?
No. Do it again.
You sure?
Yeah. Do something popped up, and then it went away. So, try it again.
Okay.
Stop sharing and then share it.
I gotcha.
All right, there we go. Oh, so I have to say yes to what you can show.
Yeah.
All right.
So right here, as you see, I have Ohio State number 1. Penn State moved up. Oh no, they stayed put. Indiana was able to move up because Illinois moved down. Oregon at 4, Rutgers at 5, Illinois at 6. And then I had you guys at 7 last week. I did. And the 3 schools you see ahead of you, the next 3 were all behind you. What do you think?
Michigan beat USC.
That's a power ranking though. Just because again, remember when we talked last week about the game and we both agreed that we both agree that we think that USC is a better team than Michigan. Michigan just happened to win that day, and that they would have played 10 times. USC probably wins 7 of those. We both agreed on that. Now I didn't like USC having a slow start.
Jory, 0 credibility. You're now a parody account.
Yeah, I can literally care less of what he says on here. He gets no airtime from me, so I'm gonna continue.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Is that funny to you?
I didn't expect that. I'm sorry, it was funny.
How do you not expect that? He thinks he knows more football than everybody. He thinks he has more football than he does in his hair. But anyways.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, thank you. So, what do you think about the list? And specifically where I have Michigan. If you think I'm wrong. And by the way, Bryce, before you start, notice if you read the reply in there, I gave him a chance. I said, "All right, just state your case," and he chooses not to.
Oh yeah, he's got to come back.
Not to. So it's not my fault. They want to tuck tail and run away. So
yeah, he's got to say something. I mean, so how are you basing this off of?
Oh, okay.
I
was explaining about USC. I didn't like how they had another slow start against Wisconsin, but then they came out of the second half and blew their doors off. That impressed me, because I thought that your guys' game could have gone either way. I knocked you guys down for the way you played against Minnesota, and I knocked them up a few notches for winning. They blanked Wisconsin in the second half and dropped 38 on them. I think that's impressive. I thought that was more impressive than what you guys displayed the next week. I would have thought you guys would have capitalized off of that USC game. You didn't. Somehow, some way, it looked the same. If not,
I mean, we were up 24-3, and then stuff just fell apart. And to me, that stuff's fixable. But I see that. All right, more than halfway through the game, we're commanding. So I'm not going to object to this list.
One second. I do want to point this out because we didn't talk about this when we were talking about the game. Outside of your first drive, every other touchdown drive you had started within the 20-yard line.
Yes.
Outside of your scripted drive, you never drove the field.
Yeah, but so okay, you're critiquing the offense, which is more than fair. I'm saying, but as a team, like the defense and special teams, that does matter, and there's production there.
I think you guys took a step back. I think your punt team took a step back. I think your offense took a step back. Your defense took a step back from what they displayed against USC somehow. Yes, Will Johnson wasn't playing, but you guys are developing correct? So I expect you guys to have some guys back there that are more than serviceable. Now Mason Graham had a good game. That D-line was playing very well. Ernest Housen had a really good game too. But no, I think every single one of those teams that I have ranked ahead of you could beat you. If I took into account offense, defense, special teams, there's not an offense on this list that you are better than. And I think everyone on this list minus Indiana and USC have really good defenses.
Okay. All right.
So
we'll see. We shall see. I feel like I've been saying that all season long.
Yeah, and that's why I'm just laughing at it, man. Like, how many times are you gonna say we will see?
Yeah, but also after Texas, you would have said we'd be 2-3 right now. So
yeah, but I didn't. Like I said,
we're 4-1, baby. We're where we need to be.
No, I never had you losing to Minnesota.
I feel like, all right, fine, 3-2.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you could have said that was a toss-up.
No.
Okay. All right. Hey, you know what we can agree on?
Yeah.
Red hot week.
Yeah, I was really happy with myself. Oh, Miss, man, my goodness, it was fun to see you guys go down. Don't get me wrong. You
have the Judkins dynamic.
It's because they talk so much crap about him. It's fun to see them, burn.
It's a bad loss.
I mean, Kentucky's really good, man. That's a really good team.
You being sarcastic or you being serious?
No, they should be Georgia.
All right, I thought you were being sarcastic.
No.
All right, well, we'll see. Next week, you guys have Iowa. We'll see if Will Howard can actually show us something.
Sorry, I'm just looking at it. Oh yeah, that Illinois 19.5. I told you that was free money.
Got dicey at the end there.
They got dicey, but it didn't. The defense was good enough.
Yeah. They almost.
Did
they pick it off or fumble? I think they almost returned it.
They had a chance, man.
They had a chance. Fresno State, I had them money line.
Yeah,
whoa. That did not hit.
Let's pause there because beginning of the year, you guys are pumping that win.
Boy, I still think it's a good win, but UNLV is legit.
Oh man, they go out there. That's a good team,
still
right
a good
there.
Win.
They're gonna have a chance to go to the playoffs. No, they're not.
All right, Marshall, relax.
No, they're not.
No. That's a good. What they're 4-1.
I never said Marshall was going to the playoffs.
I never said
You said they have
Fresno
a chance
State.
You said that they have a really good chance to be a playoff.
I did not say that.
Bryce, do you not hear yourself on these airwaves?
You're telling me I said Fresno State had a really good chance of going to the playoffs?
Well, Bryce, you said that because you based it off of the fact that they were what do you call it, a group of 5 team. A group of 5 team.
They could have contended for a group of 5 spot, but that's very different than saying they have a really good chance of going to the playoffs.
No, it's not. If you're one of the top
Stop it.
If you're one of the top G5. If you're one of the top G5 teams, you have a really good chance of making it to the playoffs. What are you talking about?
From now on, if you're gonna say I said something, you need to bring.
You said the same thing. Wait, you do that too, buddy. So are you gonna?
What are you talking about? I don't ever put words in your mouth.
Yes, you do.
It's Sunday. It's my. We are very aggressive on this Sunday.
No. Yesterday was your birthday. I'm birthday free today.
No, that's fine. That's why I didn't say it. I was going to say it, but I didn't say it. But I'm saying it's Sunday. You're being very aggressive.
What's wrong with being aggressive on a Sunday?
It's the start of the week. You're going to the week sour. It doesn't need to be this way.
Bryce, I'm not sour. My team's undefeated. How about yours?
4-1, baby. Right where we want to be. Everything's still in front of us.
4-1. You guys should be you guys are ranked top 10 now in the AP poll.
We are.
Do you think you were a top 10 team?
I see that there's a number next to our name. Absolutely.
I'm asking you your personal assessment of this team.
Yep.
See, Bryce. I try to protect you against the guys that say Bryce.
You try to protect me
against like Buckeye fans. Like Bryce just talks. I was talking
against Mike.
He's not. No, it's not just Mike. Bryce.
Shout out Mike.
Mike, Sean.
Buckeye Sean 007.
There's a few others.
Oh no!
You don't come in here and say what you believe, Bryce.
Oh no! What am I gonna do? I love you, Buckeye Sean and Mike, and all you other Buckeye. I don't know who else you are.
You just told me you don't believe. You just told me that I was okay for having Michigan ranked 10th in the conference, and you think and now you're telling me that they're 10th, one of the 10 best teams in the nation.
So does the Associated Press. I don't think it's that high of a take.
The Associated Press, that I haven't looked at them for a very long time.
You just looked at them.
No,
nice try.
Do you want to see my? Do you want to see?
No, I gotta go.
Okay, all right. Just saying. That's why I make my own rankings.
Hey, how many subscribers are we at?
1 second. I have it right here. We're at 395, dude. I mean, we need to just get those 5 more. Just 5 more. And everyone, listen. Clearly, and you guys love coming to this show, and we clearly love having you here. It doesn't take much just to hit that subscribe button. Do it for your guys. We'll be so happy. So happy if you were able to do that.
Happy.
And hit that alert button while you're at it too, so you can know when we're coming up.
Attaboy. Go Blue.